What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with another soul purification video here today. Or not purification, I keep saying that. Soul perfection. It's the newest thing on the TapTap servers. We've been digging a lot into the system. We took a look at how it looks on the live interface earlier today. We theory crafted if A- giant killer copies would be for all, and now we have some more information. Not the best information. At least that is how the game stands right now. Will you, the average player, be taking a B+ hero to an A-? Chances are probably not, unless it's for savings reasons. Like, if you can buy the copy on the auction house, an A- copy on the auction house for, I don't know, 35,000 starry gems or less, you're better off just buying it from the auction house and not using this system, because the system, at least how it looks right now, a little bit scamish. What it looks like it's going to be, at least in its current form, without any changes and no other way to get more B+ and A- heroes, is a way for whales to perfect their hero copies, to take their SS hero copies, turn them into SSS hero copies. A lot of wasted resources, but a lot of gain power for those. I shouldn't even say whales, for megalodons. Things could change. I'm going to talk about it here in a second, why I think this is not something the average player is going to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's jump right into it. So now we have a few more screenshots to go off of here, thanks to some people on the TapTap servers. We can get a little bit more detail. First off, though, let's shift this over a little. I want you guys to be able to see. It does get a little pixelated when we go in, but this is a good example showing how to take a B tier queen up to B+ in the first place. Now, this might be something average players do. It really just depends on how expensive buying a B+ copy is off the auction house. A lot of these don't seem worthwhile at first glance based on the current auction house prices. Those might change. They might give us more ways of getting better copies. We'll just have to see. So first off, in order to get to a higher tier B copy, you need to do what we showed you earlier today, like with our Vesa, upgrading the hero to a specific point. I don't know if we actually have one of those screenshots here still. Here's a good one here. So you can kind of see how, like, you need to go through, you need to upgrade the hero with other heroes. It upgrades the stats. Once the stats get to a high enough point, you get something like this that's going to let you upgrade from a B tier up to a B+. Now, when you do that, you also have to feed off 5 B- hero copies and 5 B copies. That's not cheap to do in the first place. Like, already that sounds like more expensive than just buying a B+ copy off the auction house. So that's number one, that I think kind of a bad situation that we're in here. So that's the first spot. Number two is, you can see once you get up to like a B tier here, or B+ tier, you then again have to do the same thing. You have to feed B tier copies off and get to a certain point mark. You can see 3 of them already, one giving bonus up points, because remember, this is the Vulcan, you get the up points here. And if I just jump over here real quick while you're seeing this as well, this is that like merging bonus that we're talking about here. So this right here are the points you're getting, and you see the B points here are going in, and you can see points are 28 points a piece, which is why this is only at 87. So actually we can do good math here. But B, I think they all look like they're B. So is that 28 times 2 is 56 points. So we take 87 / 56, that's 30 points left over. So I don't know where the bonus is coming in. It's almost like you're getting like only 2 more, right? It's 28. I mean, literally, you get plus 87 right here. 28 times 3 is 84. So you're only getting 3 additional points. That seems weird. I don't know if it's working the proper way, but essentially you need to keep doing this to up these stats to the point where you can get this done. And it looks like, from the sounds of it, like this translation here on ours, you can see Soul Perfection 2 more full progress. Like, it almost seems like you have to do this bar twice. And when you're talking about a B+ hero, you need 310 points versus like 35. Like, and then on top of that, like, so that's the first part there. That I already don't like. That's a lot of food. I think these should have been like C tiers you needed to give. Honestly, if these were C tiers, That would have been much better. It's just, I think this is way too expensive for even whales to go for. Like, it just seems like everything in the system is too overcosted versus what you could just buy on the auction house. So we'll get into it. And then once you finally cap this out, you get to a B+ quality that lets you upgrade to an A-. This is what happens. You have to feed off 5 B tier copies, 5 B+ tier copies, and 5 A-, even if you're buying the cheapest. Like, I'm talking about the cheapest of the cheapest of the cheapest A- hero copies on the auction house. They're still up there around, like, you know, 7,000. Like, and there's not even that many up here. Like, there just really aren't. You can usually get them for 5,000 to 7,000 though. Even at the least, that's 25,000 just in A- copies you need, let alone all the B+ you need to build. And let's be honest, B+ are not cheap, like, at all. You can see they're all like at least 700-800 most of the time. Most of them, if you want to buy them out, are in the 1,500 1,400 range, 1,000 on all these bids. Like, that's a lot. Let alone people want to buy some of these up for tenant copies too. So it's not like every copy you're going to be buying, selling, and everything is only going to this new system. This is kind of like mind-boggling, honestly, that it does that. So it's like, it's really weird. You have to take your B tier copy, you have to feed enough B-, B, all those things up to the point where the stats are good enough to upgrade it to a B+. You then have to feed them the B- and B copies, which again is already pretty expensive. I would never do this. But if you do have a B+ copy, you're still gonna have to spend a lot, right? Because this portion right here is the costly one. Let's just do the math. Let's just say you can get each B+ for 1,000. That's 5,000 starry gems there. Let's just say you can get B tier copies for, I don't know, we're gonna go in the low ball end of like 200. That's another 1,000. That's up to 6,000. And let's say you get all your A- copies for dirt cheap. You get each one of them for 5,000 a pop. I mean, you're literally sitting at almost 30,000 starry gems just in food copies once you've already upgraded that hero to the point. Like, let's just say you have a B+ copy ready to go and they already have high enough stats, they're just barely missing it. That's a lot. That's a crazy amount. Because if we come over to here and we even just take a look, so let's just say okay, Doom Terminator Vulcan, he's an expensive one, right? Oh wait, no, I can just buy one for 26,000. Are the stats low? Yeah, maybe, but you're better off buying this copy and then upgrading it, and once it's at A tier. Like, I don't get this. It doesn't seem like it was a well thought out system, really. Like, it has promise. Like, I will say that it has promise, but it just, I mean, like, heck, even if we go to the most expensive copies, it's still like 27.5. Like, that's still so much cheaper than trying to find enough regular A- copies out there to even buy up. And that's even if you can get them for dirt cheap at like 5,000. So, like, good idea, DH Games. Bad way of doing this. The only way I can see this working is if they either get rid of the A- completely or lower it to like 1 copy. Because then if you lower it to like 1 copy, okay, let's just say they stay at like the 7,000-8,000 mark, which is pretty much what they retire for Soul Awakening sessions. That's not too bad then. That's a pretty good discount, I would say, because then that puts that at, you know, like, I don't know, like 10,000 starry gems. Heck, even if it makes A- copies go up in value and just say even bad ones sell for 10,000, well, that means you can now build like a Vulcan for like 15,000-20,000. That's still cheaper than buying it off the auction house. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll try to get more clarification, see if that's actually how the system works. All we have is screenshots from people who have actually tried to do it themselves, and it doesn't seem like a worthwhile investment overall. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll let you guys know if I find anything else out.